Good evening everyone. So we're going to solve a cantilever beam with a trapezoidal load on it. So we have here a trapezoidal load with 23 kilonewton per meter. So it has a point load of 60 kilonewton and a hinge at D. So we're going to separate this beam into two parts. So I'm just sketching, and it has roller support at C and a fixed support on its end. So we have one reaction per roller and three reactions in fixed support. So I'm not going to include the horizontal force because wala naman siyang forces horizontally. So hahatiin ko na yung load ko and then into two parts. So exposing the internal hinge and internal forces. So I'm just sketching the loadings of two parts. So I'm going to write internal forces D with opposing direction. So I'm just assuming the directions. And this is roller support. And so there is a upward dy and then an opposing direction of downward dy. So we're going to solve the external forces using the dy. So we satisfy the three unknowns for our equilibrium. So I'm going to solve this beam in two parts. So I'm just solving first the resultant of each segment. So I'm gonna call it R1, R2, and R3. And then yes, there is upward forces in C, which is CY, and then since in fixed support there is RF, so I'm going to call it an RF, and then moment of F. So and then I'm going to solve it separately. So I'm going to solve first the left side. So at left side, so I'm going to sum the moment at C, so I can be able to find the support reaction at dy. 0 clockwise is positive. So we have negative 60 kilonewton with the moment arm of um, 5. I forgot to put the distances. So from A to B is 2 meters, from B to C is 3 meters, and from C to D is 7 meters, and from D to E is 2 meters, and E to F is 2 meters. So I'm going to calculate the resultants first so I can be able to um, calculate the other reaction easily. So R1 is 1/2 of 3 times 23, which is 34.5. And then the R2 is just 23 times 7, so it is 166 kilonewton. And then lastly the R3, which is 1/2 of 2 times 23, or simply 23 kilonewton. So since I got all the resultants, so I can find the support reactions easily. So at left side, so I'm going to take the sum of moment about C, assuming considering that clockwise as positive, so negative 60 kilonewton with the moment arm of 5 minus R1, which is 34.5 kilonewton with a moment arm of 1/3 of 3, 1/3 of 3 plus 161, kalahati ng 7 is 3.5. So our Ty is 32.214. So the next step I'm gonna do is to take the summation of forces along Y, considering upward forces as positive. So negative 60 minus R1 plus CY minus R2 is equals to 0. I mean plus dy, since we got the dy pala. So plus dy is equal to 0. So we can get the cy of 222 point 28. So I'm considering now the right side because I got all the support reaction at left side. So So I'm going to take the moment of M, so I'll be able to get the moment F since I already got the dy. So summation of M about F considering the clockwise as positive. So since I got the dy and it's downward, since it's opposing reaction, so it's negative dy, which is 32.4714. So with a moment arm of 4 meters. And then the minus the R3, which is 23, with a moment arm of 2/3 of 2 plus 2. Plus 9p, which is the given moment, clockwise moment in our beam, and then plus the M, or moment of F, equals 0. So we can get the M of 117.527 kilonewton meter. So we can get the RF by summation of vertical forces along Y. So considering as upper forces as positive, so since it's opposing reaction, so we get negative 32.714 minus the R3, which is 23, plus the RF is equals to 0. So we can get the RF of 55.714 kilonewton. So we got all the support reaction, the beam. So we're going to get them back together again. So we'll back to the original beam location. Here it is. So we're going to take the shearing moment diagram na. So I just plotted the support reaction that we got. So here, so we have at a negative 60 kilonewton. So bababa tayo ng 60 from 0 in shear moment. So negative 60 minus the R1. So we will get 94.5. So it's downward curve because our loading is triangle, which is 1 degree. So in shear diagram will become second degree, so it will curve downward because it's downward force. So aangat tayo ng CY na 222.73. So magkakaroon tayo ng 128.28. And then yung 128 is aangat tayo ng, so bababa pala tayo ng area ng R2 which is 161. So yung 128 is babawasan natin ng 161. So bababa tayo ng negative 32.71. Plus the area. So from negative 32.71, bababa ulit tayo ng, since minus natin yung R3 na 23. So bababa tayo ng 55.22. So it's curve downward na naman since it's downward force at our loading. So lalakad lang tayo dito ng 2 meters since wala naman. So aangat tayo ng RF na 55.714, which is na magsisiro yung shear diagram natin. Since kung natin shear diagram, magpo-proceed na tayo sa moment diagram natin. So magbibase tayo sa area ng shear diagram natin, which is negative 60 times 2. So 0 degree. So magiging 1 degree yung moment diagram natin. So it's downward because it is downward slope because our shear diagram at point A to B is rectangle, which is 0 degree. So we have 1 degree at our moment diagram. So it's downward slope. So we get the area. Negative 120. So the negative 120 is we're going to subtract the area of B to C, which is we're going to solve the area by using the parabolic and triangular. So we're going to take the rectangular shape. So we're going to subtract the parabola here. So we got the height of rectangular, which is 94.5. So we're going to subtract the area of rectangle and the parabola. So we get the area of rectangle 94.5 times 2 minus the area of parabola, which is, we all know that it is base times height over 2 plus 1 because our parabola is already 2 degree, so we're going to add 1 degree, so it's base times height over 3. So we're going to write the base and the height over 3. So we get the area of the parabola by subtracting the area of rectangle and the area of parabola. So we get the area that's subtracted from rectangle and parabola. So it is negative increasing, so it is a sad curve, which is 374.5. So since we have 0 shear here, so we're going to find the x distance of these two triangles. So it is x at the first triangle of base, and then the base of the second triangle is 7 minus x. So we're going to solve it by using ratio and proportion, which is basis to height and basis to height. So we have the x distance at the base of first triangle and at the height of 128.38, and then the 7 minus x, the base of second triangle, and the base of 32.714. So upon solving, we will get the x distance of 5.578. So we can now solve for the area of the triangle here. So it is 1/2 base, which is yung 5.578 times the height of 128.28. So we get the area of our first triangle of 357.142. And we will get the area of second triangle after we subtract the negative 374.5 at area we get at first triangle. So it is positive decreasing, so it's a sad curve upward. So we get the 23.26, so we will subtract that at the area of the second triangle. So upon solving, we will get the moment diagram at second triangle. Now we get the area. We will subtract it since it's downward, so it's sad curve again. So we get 0 shear at the end of the second triangle. So now we will get the spandrel. So like what we did earlier. So we're going to get the area of spandrel by using the total area of rectangle, just like what we did earlier. So a rectangle with a height of 55.724. So we'll get the area of this by subtracting those heights. So upon solving, so we'll get the area and then subtract it. So we will get a negative 96.082. So since we have clockwise movement at our beam, so we're going to subtract it by our last value. So we will get negative 6.092, and then we're going to subtract it by the area of this rectangle. So we will get 117 point negative 117.523. So aangat siya by RF na merong by our moment na merong 117.523. So we will get the zero moment. So we have the maximum shear, which is 128.28, and the maximum moment of 334.5 kilonewton meter. So that's all for our video.